Love. Where do we find it? Chapter 4. How should I behave when love finds me? Where is my love? Who is my David? I will rise now and go about my business, about the city. I will hope for him whom my soul loveth, because it is a time to love. For the winter will soon pass. But daffodil flowers will soon bloom, to signal a new beginning. They appear at the time of the singing of the birds, for sweet and strong are their voices. My love spoke and said, rise up and come away with me, my love. His eyes set a seal upon my soul, and my heart was paved with love. One glance into his eyes as he spoke to me, and my heart was filled with love. He withdrew and stopped speaking. He was gone. Suddenly, will he return? Was he sorrowful for the words of love that escaped his lips? Or was it because of the fear of the diverse relationship that our love might endure? Was our love strong enough to stand the test? Did my love have the courage of David or the compassion of Solomon directed at one love? My love must be like David, a man after God's own heart. David was fashioned by God. He experienced true love in the meadows feeding his father's flock. Had it not been for isolation and loneliness, David would not have known the love of God, thus being able to receive God's love. David shared his love with Jonathan. Their relationship still confuses many today. David loved Jonathan, and Jonathan loved David, to the point that Jonathan stripped himself of his clothing, even to his girdle, and gave them to David. Their relationship was so strong that the Bible says they kissed each other on the mouth. Yet the Bible records no sexual arousement between the two of them. That was pure love and not lust. David made a covenant with Jonathan that they would care for each other as long as they lived. And whichever one was the survivor of the other one, they would take care of their surviving relatives. David wasn't perfect. The beauty of Bathsheba overwhelmed him, and he committed adultery with her by taking her as his own. And as a result of that encounter, Bathsheba became pregnant, and David sent Uriah, her husband, into heated battle, where he knew Uriah wouldn't survive. It wasn't planned by David that the event of Uriah's death would occur as it did. It happened out of desperation. So King David took Bathsheba, and she became his wife, and he loved her. Today we shouldn't follow David's method of obtaining the right to take another man's wife or someone's husband. We have a way out: divorce. Out of the love that David and Bathsheba shared, they had a son named King Solomon, who succeeded King David. He said, I am sick of love. In my search for David, I went to the well to draw water. It was at that time of day I knew no one would be there. However, there I met a man. No, not like David. The David that I searched for, one greater than he. This man would cleanse me of my past and set me on the right path of true love, just as he had met the woman of Samaria at Jacob's well. The Bible said, there cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water. Jesus saith unto her, give me to drink. Then saith the Samaritan unto him, how is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans. Jesus answered and said unto her, if thou knewest the gift of God, and who it is that saith unto thee, give me to drink, thou wouldest have asked him, and he wouldest have given thee living water. The woman said unto him, Sir, thou hast nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. From whence then hast thou this living water? Art thou greater than our father Jacob, which gave us the well, and drank thereof himself, and his children and their cattle? Jesus answered and said unto her, Whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst again. But whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life. This is life without interruption or end. The woman saith unto him, Sir, give me this water, that I thirst not, neither come hither to draw. Jesus said unto her, Go call thy husband and come hither. The woman answered and said, I have no husband. Jesus said unto her, Thou hast well said, I have no husband, for thou hast had 5 husbands. The one whom thou now hast is not thy husband. In that thou sayest truly. The woman said unto him, Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet. She began her salutation by being consequential, and Jesus allowed her to come to the realization that he was not a racist, but that he knew her sin, and still allowed her heart to be acceptable to true love, which is by the love of God himself. Love has no borders. The woman at the well was a Samaritan and Jesus was a Jew. However, Jesus ignored her preconceptionated opinion and her preconceived reason for the meeting at the well. The meeting at the well by Jesus and the woman broke down the barriers of race. Jesus never acknowledged any difference. In search of my David, certainly not his actual name, but he must have the qualities and the characters of David. He must have and love God. He must know love and not be afraid of love. He must be able to dance and love music. His love and compassion for people must be so strong that he not be afraid to cross ethnic barriers. Solomon explained true love crossing ethnic barriers. He said, I am black, and my beloved is white and ruddy, the chiefest among 10,000. His head is as the most fine gold. His locks are bushy. He's gentle yet strong. He's my beloved, and his desire is toward me. As for me, I went about the streets looking for my beloved, but found him not. Yet each time I needed him, he was there. When I was 3 months old, after being abandoned in a storage area of a grocery store, love found me. Love found me when I was almost killed by my mother's husband. I was 7. It found me when I was gang raped. Love found me when I was abused. It found me each time I was lonely, afraid. When I needed love, it was there. It found me when I had a near-death experience by lisinopril. Love brought me back to life. No, his name is not David, but he's a descendant of the king. His name is Jesus. I went about the streets and I realized that he will find me because his love will never fail me. I need him. His love will never fail me, and it will never fail you either. Love, here I am. I cannot elude my time of love. It will find me. Love will find me, and I will give him all of me.